The 8-3 Ravens travel to Pittsburgh to play the 5-5-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. The Ravens are coming off an ugly win, 16-10 to Cleveland, and the Steelers just got spanked 41-10 by Cincinnati. That was one of the worst performances I've seen by a Pittsburgh Steelers football team in an awful long time. I don't know what the problem is. It's definitely on defensive side of the ball. T.J. Watt's not going to be playing this game. He's on injury reserve, but they're 24th in total defense. That's not like the Steelers. They used to be called the Blitzburgh Steelers for years because they used to get after quarterbacks. They can't stop anybody right now. On the offensive side of the ball, they've got a young offensive line. But Najee Harris has probably been the brightest spot on this football team, getting the job done, not only running the ball, but receiving the ball. On the other side, you look at the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson threw 4 interceptions and still won the game. That's never been done. You don't do that in the NFL. It just doesn't happen. But they just find a way to win. John Harbaugh is a heck of a head coach. He's grinding it out this year. With all the injuries they've had, they're still getting it done and finding ways to get it done. If you look at Devontae Freeman, the running back, he's probably their 5th running back or 6th running back this season, and he's still contributing not only in the run game, but in the pass game. And in the passing game, Marquise Brown's supposed to be stretching the defense. He's got 60 receptions. Mark Andrews almost averages the same amount of receptions per yard at 12.7 to 12.8 with 60 receptions. And he is basically the key to this offense because when Lamar Jackson gets in trouble, he looks for Mark Andrews. When they need a big play in the red zone, they look to Mark Andrews. And he's been having one heck of a year. Don Martindale, the defensive coordinator, likes to blitz and put a lot of pressure on quarterbacks. I think that's going to be the MO in this game. The Ravens are favored by 3.5. That's not going to be enough. The Steelers just won't be able to put enough points on this board. I'm taking the Ravens winning this game 29-21.
Well, when you talk about the Ravens, Lamar Jackson, I mean, he's the 8th wonder of the world, Mark. He's unbelievable. He has thrown for 2,612 yards, 15 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, but he's run for 707 yards. Now, let's look at Pittsburgh. Harris is an outstanding running back. He's rushed for 708 yards this year, 1 yard more than the great quarterback from Baltimore. Baltimore runs the ball very well, averaging 4.6 to 4.1, and they do play outstanding defense. Even though they throw 13 interceptions, only gotten 5 on defense, they still find a way to win. They're -7 in turnovers. They have won 4 football games, Market. You look and say they could have very easily lost, and it's true. Now let's look at the Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger, poor Ben. He's getting rid of the ball, the 2nd fastest of any quarterback in the NFL. He's thrown for 2,500 plus yards, 14 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. But their offensive line, Mark, I think Harris is a great back. But some of the greatest runs I've seen have been him trying to get back to the line of scrimmage. Their offensive line just not doing a very, very good job. They have no real great receivers. T.J. Watt is not going to play. The offense is in trouble. But the defense is not the way you think of Pittsburgh defense. They used to be called the Steel Curtain because their defense was so dominating. But they just don't do it anymore, even though they're going to be at home. I think the Ravens win this game 24-21, and it's really sad, Mark, to watch Pittsburgh play, to see a team that can't run the ball, doesn't have time to throw the ball, and doesn't play very well on defense. That is unlike Coach Tomlin's football team. He's an excellent coach. He's proven he's a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. But this Pittsburgh Steelers team is not very good. I look for Baltimore to win the football game, as I said, 24-21.